es una de las experiencias más únicas con vida silvestre que puedes tener cerca de Calgary o Canmore y donde puedes ver de cerca a los Wolfdogs de una manera respetuosa, educativa y de que de verdad te llena el corazón. En el episodio de hoy vamos a las afueras de Cochrane para conocer un lugar que es parte centro de rescate, parte santuario y 100% inolvidable, el Yamnuska Wolfdog Sanctuary. Este es un espacio que rescata y protege a estos animales increíbles y les brinda a los visitantes la oportunidad de verlos en un entorno natural y hermoso. Hoy voy a hacer el recorrido autoguiado, donde puedes caminar por un sendero entre grandes recintos, observar a los Wolfdogs en su espacio natural y aprender sobre el trabajo tan valioso que se hace aquí para cuidarlos y darles una segunda oportunidad. Así que si te gusta la naturaleza, los animales o simplemente quieres hacer algo diferente cerca de las montañas rocosas, prepárate, porque esta experiencia no se te va a olvidar. Y comencemos ya. Si eres nuevo por aquí, este canal trata de cómo vivir tu mejor vida en los hermosos pueblos de montaña de Alberta. Así que si te interesa explorar comunidades increíbles, participar en experiencias locales únicas y descubrir los mejores lugares para vivir e invertir, desde Canmore y Banff hasta Cochrane y Calgary y más allá, asegúrate de suscribirte y tocar la campanita. Mi nombre es Peter Mejía, también conocido como Pedro Mejía, y soy tu realtor de confianza para todo relacionado con vivir en las montañas de Alberta. Y recibimos mensajes todos los días de personas como tú. Así que ya sea que estés planeando mudarte en unos días, semanas o meses, no dudes en escribirnos, toda nuestra información está en la descripción. Ahora sí, vamos juntos a conocer el Yamnuska Wolfdog Sanctuary, un lugar lleno de naturaleza, historias conmovedoras y una misión que vale la pena descubrir. El Yamnuska Wolfdog Sanctuary está ubicado a unos 20 minutos al oeste de Cochrane, rumbo a Canmore. Aquí viven docenas de Wolfdogs rescatados, animales hermosos y complejos que no encajan fácilmente en la categoría de mascota. Muchos de estos animales fueron entregados por personas que no estaban preparadas para cuidar algo más parecido a un lobo que a un perro. Tienen un fuerte instinto cazador y son muy independientes y necesitan mucho espacio. Por eso, lamentablemente, muchos terminan en refugios o en situaciones muy complicadas, hasta que llegan aquí. El santuario les brinda un hogar permanente y trabaja para educar al público sobre por qué estos animales, a pesar de su belleza, no son adecuados como mascotas convencionales. En el recorrido autoguiado, caminas por un sendero circular que atraviesa zonas boscosas con recintos amplios. A lo largo del camino hay letreros con nombres e historias personales de cada Wolfdog, cómo llegaron aquí, qué les gusta y qué los hace únicos. También hay mucha información sobre la misión del santuario y por qué es tan importante lo que hacen. Verás carteles con datos curiosos como que los Wolfdogs pueden saltar más alto que la mayoría de los perros, o que su pelaje de doble capa los protege en temperaturas extremas. Y si tienes suerte, te puede tocar ver una actividad de enriquecimiento, como cuando les dan premios congelados, juguetes con olores o los alimentan para estimular sus comportamientos naturales. Algunos se te acercan con curiosidad, otros se quedan tranquilos entre los árboles, pero todos te dejan con una sensación de respeto, de asombro y con la certeza de que este lugar está marcando la diferencia.
So Mika and Atka here are two of our high content wolf dogs. That means that both of them are mostly wolf genetically. Hello, welcome. Just getting started. So Mika here, she is very high content. She doesn't have any real dog characteristics. She is a little bit dog, so she is a wolf dog. But in terms of her physicality, in terms of her behavior, she's really not going to exhibit any doggy traits. Atka here is also a high content wolf dog. He's a little bit doggier. He actually was DNA tested. He came back at about 83% wolf. The rest of him is pure Malamute. So you can see that kind of trait in his thicker chest, kind of wider hips, and especially in his face and his head. He's definitely got that kind of boxier muzzle, more rounded forehead, wide set ears. So that gives us a clue that he is most definitely a wolf dog, not a wolf. But yeah, both of these guys came here in 2020. They were part of what we call our Alone to Home rescue. And it was a pretty massive boarding situation. We ended up taking 10 wolf dogs and 3 sled dogs from that rescue. And again, these storyboards on the wall kind of illustrate it. So at any point, if anyone wants to wander over, this one right here on this wall shows kind of the conditions that they were living in before coming here. There's a picture of the property. Basically what happened is a person had a property, about 80 acres, had about 65 animals on that property. So quite a few animals. All of them were living in kind of chain link kennels, about 10 by 10. They all had plywood floors. So these guys really didn't even have the chance to touch the ground very often. So obviously not a good situation for any dog, let alone a really high content wolf dog like these guys. You need a lot of space to run, a lot of space to roam and explore, just to stay entertained and happy. So not a great place. Animal control eventually showed up. The wolf dogs can't really go to a normal dog shelter. Obviously there's not a whole lot of owners out there who are capable of taking care of a wolf dog, giving them what they need. And so their option was euthanasia or us. Thankfully we were able to take them in. The crew here worked really, really hard. So they went up and got all 10 wolf dogs. We took 3 sled dogs as well because they were really bonded to the wolf dogs. Atka here was paired with one of those sled dogs at first. They ended up just kind of needing a little bit more attention. Of course, they're domestic dogs, they're not wolf dogs. So we actually rehomed them into homes where you can have a couch and a yard and all of that. So Atka here needed a new partner. Mika came here with her 4 children. 3 of them are currently in our temple pack right next door. You might see especially Esther kind of hanging around the fence line. She's in there with 2 of her siblings, and then the 4th lady is paired with another male here now. So Mika was separated from them because females generally don't like each other as adults in the wolf dog world. Wolves are very territorial animals, and that usually carries downward into wolf dogs. And so Mika kind of needed her own space back away from her daughters, and her daughters were happy to get their own space as well. So Mika was a very natural choice to pair with Atka, and they have gotten along so well. They're very much like an old married couple. Sometimes people on tour can see their interactions, especially if a piece of meat kind of lands between them and they both go for it. Mika will very clearly say, "This is my meat," and Atka's like, "No problem." They're very funny together, but they're also very affectionate, very playful. Oftentimes they'll kind of prance around together, nuzzle each other's faces. The best way a wolf can say "I love you" is by putting its partner's head completely in its mouth. Very funny. But they'll literally just kind of put their jaw over the other one's nose, and that's a sign of both affection as well as just kind of bonding. But very good behavior. So these guys really get a kick out of smelling new things. Sometimes they'll sniff it, be interested, and walk away. Sometimes they'll have a little bit more of a reaction to it. So we will see what they think of this. If I can get it over here.
I think I give him water.
Not interested.
Oh, look at that. He loves it.
He likes it. She's like, everybody's
That's
watching
cool,
me.
eh?
I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, so that was like the very little beginnings of what we call a scent roll. Often when they really like a smell, they will dramatically roll in it because covering their body in the new smell is a really strong instinct for wolves. It's kind of how they communicate to the rest of their pack what they have found. Our dogs have inherited this and often like to roll in usually disgusting things more often than not, but they do inherit that from the wolfie ancestors. So, well, I do want to wrap up by just thanking you guys for being here. I do also want to tell you a little bit about our current fundraiser. We are trying to build a large new enclosure for our most unique resident here as part of a rescue after these guys in 2023. We rescued 15 wolf dogs. One of those wolf dogs is also a coy dog. So he is part coyote, part wolf, and part dog. His name is Wildfire. He is a very spunky little dude. He's about this big and a really gorgeous like brown black mottled color. When he came here, he was completely shut down. He was in his crate shaking, just absolutely terrified. He's now in a kind of holding enclosure, which is much bigger than, of course, a crate, but still not the size that we want to give him. But he's opened up a lot. We found that his favorite thing in the world is a dog toy, and he will just throw it around and do crazy backflips. So seeing his personality, oh yeah, act like it. Seeing his personality come out has been wonderful, but we really want to give him his own space, which includes a divider fence, which will allow us to rescue another coy dog for him to have a companion for the rest of his life. So we have a fundraiser right now to raise money. We need to buy a special fencing because he is so much smaller than the wolf dogs. He needs a much smaller type fencing, as well as a lot of those ramps and tunnels and enrichment and toys that he really loves. So if anyone is interested in supporting Wildfire's new home, please just let them know at the front desk, or you can do it online. But yeah, we really appreciate that. We are a non-profit, so you guys being here is the only reason that we can rescue these animals, we can take care of them. So thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you. Yeah.
Basically have a symbiotic relationship. So they'll actually utilize each other to be able to find food. So, you know, if the wolf pack is pretty hungry, and I'll have another question on that in a minute, but if they're hungry and they haven't been able to eat for a few days, they're looking for food, one thing they actually do is look up. If they find, you know, a bunch of ravens circling, that means there's probably a carcass down there, and it means there's food, right? Yes. And then on the reverse side, the ravens will actually follow the wolf pack. And when they're successful and they're actually able to get a kill and they're able to eat, one, the ravens got a free meal, but two, the ravens actually have really sharp beaks and they're able to kind of rip open the hide, make it even easier for the wolves. They don't have to sit there and rip open the hide. So on the note of hunting, are wolves successful hunters or unsuccessful hunters? How about out of 10 times, how many times are they successful? Just once, exactly. Yeah, everybody often says that, you know, wolves are these killing machines, and you know, wolves don't kill for sport. They only hunt for food, and they're actually extremely unsuccessful at it. And usually they'll be going for the old, the sick, the weak, which actually leaves a much healthier herd out there in the wild. All right, well, I think we're gonna try our first scent, so we'll see if they're interested in it or not. So this one is just coconut milk. It might be quite boring. To me, it doesn't really smell like much at all, but they obviously have much stronger sniffers than we do. Well, it's at least interesting. Oh, okay. All right. So he likes it. He approves. She's not as interested, didn't see the other spot that I dropped. So this is a whole mixture of different stuff. There's a little bit of chicken in here, a little bit of pork belly. There's actually some chopped up commercial raw, so basically like the same kind of raw dog food that you would feed your domestic dog. We use some of that because that also has bone marrow and different things kind of mixed into it. Yep, scent rolling. But yeah, exactly. Yep, so it's called scent rolling, and basically that's wolf storytelling. Your domestic dog will do this too. Does anybody have a dog that, nice, she did it a little bit. Yeah. But does anybody have a dog at home and when you're out on a walk, they find probably the most disgusting thing they can find and they go rolling it. And then what do? They come running up to you to go, hey, look what I just found. So that's a behavior that wolves in the wild will exhibit. It's, again, called scent rolling. It's a way that they can basically tell the rest of the pack what they found. You know, it could be deer poop, it could even be a carcass, but they're not going to pick it up and bring it all the way back. They're not going to be able to send a text to their pack mate and say, hey, I found this thing. So the way that they're able to share that story is they go roll in whatever thing that is, and then they run back to the pack, and the pack will come smell their neck, their shoulders, and then go, oh, there's food, let's go find it. This is going to be a little bit of taco seasoning mixed just with some water. I mean, yeah, I can smell this much stronger. I know what's going on. What do you think? You want this one?
No, pa.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's a good one.
Me too, I love tacos.
All right. Oh, even better. He even got some makeup on, too. He's got a little bit of eyeliner now. What do you think? I know. All right, they definitely like taco seasoning. That is good to know. All right, let's see. What's the next one? All right, we're gonna make you guys smell like seventh graders. We got Axe body spray. So we'll see if they're interested in Axe body spray. And they might actually be afraid of the noise too. Yeah. An interesting thing about wolves and wolf dogs is, you know, everyone's heard fight or flight reaction, right? So wolves and wolf dogs, 9 times out of 10 are going to choose that flight reaction. And again, a lot of people think they're these kind of vicious killers, but instead they want to get away from whatever this weird thing is. So this noise might actually back them up, and then hopefully they'll still come over. But we'll see. All right, here's another one. Oh boy. Oh yeah. Yeah, there you go. Wow. Did you like that? Boy.
Smelling.
It's like a preteen from the 90s. He's even got the frosted tips and everything. Alright, so everyone knows at home, it's the dark pomegranate and sandal instead. So make sure you get that. What? I know. Oh goodness. Alright, well the last thing is I have a little bit of extra food for them. Since they've been so good and so interesting, we're going to go ahead and feed them. But we especially are going to ask for our space. We don't want them to learn to come in and take it, you know, quickly from my hand. If they would take it nicely from my hand, then sure. But if they learn to come in quick, grab, and run away, then that's not a fun, happy, calm interaction for them. Relax. Good. And even looking away is great. It means they're not hyper fixated or super focused on it. So the fact that she looked over at the bird, who may have just grabbed the tea bag.
Yeah, I think so.
All right, ready? Excuse you. There you go. Some. For the most part, no, they're too quick. But every once in a while, we've got a couple wily little animals that are able to catch them. So all I'm waiting for, just so you guys know, I'm not teasing him or anything. I'm waiting for a moment of calm. If he's pacing and moving like this, I don't want to feed him because it's gonna, basically build more anxiety for him when he's eating. So looking away was good. I'll take it. But yeah, just want to make sure you guys know I wasn't teasing him or anything. All I wanted was to continue that calm energy, that calm behavior from him. Did you finish yours already? Well, that's impressive. All right, well, we'll go ahead and wrap it up there. But most importantly, I want to thank you all for coming out. We're a nonprofit. We couldn't do what we do without this many people coming out to help support the animals. And it really, offers us that purpose too, right? But if we can allow these guys a happy, calm, healthy life, then we've done our job. If we can help educate you guys about it, then that's just icing on the cake, right? So thank you all for coming out.
Ya sea que te encante la vida silvestre, apoyes los rescates de animales o simplemente estés buscando algo diferente para hacer cerca de Calgary o Canmore, visitar el Yamnuska Wolfdog Sanctuary es una experiencia que te deja pensando. Estar tan cerca de estos animales, escuchar sus historias y caminar por este entorno tan tranquilo te hace recordar lo importante que es respetar y proteger lo salvaje, incluso cuando lo tenemos tan cerquita de nosotros. Y si quieres apoyar su misión, hay muchas maneras de hacerlo, desde donar o simplemente contarle a más gente sobre este lugar. Y si te gustó este episodio y quieres descubrir más lugares únicos por Alberta, dale like, comparte, suscríbete y toca la campanita para no perderte los próximos videos. Y si alguna vez has soñado con tener una casa cerca de unos lugares así, ya sea para escaparte los fines de semana o para mudarte para todo el tiempo, escríbeme. Toda mi información está en la descripción y me encantaría ayudarte a hacerlo realidad. Gracias por acompañarme y nos vemos en el próximo episodio. Hasta entonces, sigue viviendo esa vida de montaña.